You know how we do. You know what I'm saying? Watching these videos together. Hit that like button.
Woman who's successful, making a lot of money, who has to be out there.
Take a look at this.
A powerhouse woman who's successful, making a lot of money, who has to be out there and be a dog to get it.
Man?
There does need to be a hybridness. There does need to be a hybridness. You do need to learn how to be alpha submissive. Alpha in the streets, in the boardroom, and do your thing, and submissive when you come home. Whether the man is paying bills or not, you chose this man. You should be only choosing a man that you can allow the space to be a man, that you can respect as a man. And if you can't respect him, allow that space, then you shouldn't have chose him. You know, so you got to learn the hybridness, right, of being alpha submissive. And the other piece that Trill said that is so pivotal when it comes to understanding a man, difference between a man controlling and leading, is for folks who have had a father in the home. I've had a father in my house, and he was the alpha of the house. He was the provider, the provision, and he was daddy of that house. And because he ran the house like a man should, and everything was in order and everything was taken care of, when a man, and I'm an alpha woman, I'm hybrid, I'm alpha submissive, when a man tells me or guides me on something, I take it as he's my man. I take it as this man is covering me. This man is provisioning me. He is providing for me.
Absolutely.
I don't take it as he's controlling me. But in my field of 17 years, when I've had women that come and they are fatherless little girls, they do deem it as controlling. They do want to be independent in an interdependent relationship. There's nothing independent about a relationship. There's nothing independent about marriage. Marriage is interdependent. If you don't let a man be a man and lead, then you would end up upset because your alpha will have to stay inflamed, and you never get the chance to recharge, relax, and be a woman. And that is sad for a lot of relationships.
Clap it up.
A powerhouse.
Now, seem like the tune is changing a little bit with these women. They're coming up with new terms to understand. When you get home, you take all that alpha bullshit off. You take those shoes off and socks off, and you get your ass in that kitchen, turn on some music, and get to work. Or otherwise, get to stepping. I ain't got no other use for it. Get to stepping, like Martin would say. Let's keep it going.
Take a look at this.
A lot of women think just because I take care of the family and I give birth to the children, then I'm providing so much to the table. No, he can do it with any woman. What's the value you're bringing to this man's table other than you giving birth and you handling the household? You have to have certain characteristics of value. You can't just be eating off a table full of food. You gotta add to the table. Do you bring him spiritual awakening? Do you bring him peace? Do you bring him love? Do you bring him nurturing? Do you calm him? So there's a lot of characteristics that a woman should have in order for her to obtain an alpha male. It's not just a one-way thing where a man has to be alpha and she's on the loose.
Take a look at this.
They want these, listen, man, when they say alpha, they mean everything alpha adjacent, okay? They don't want to say sigma because a lot of women don't want me to think that they're watching me when I know you're watching me. If you were worried about getting alpha, you'd been talking about alphas for many, many months. There's a whole different type of leader out there, and they're going to say everything but sigma, but it doesn't matter. It won't get recognized. See, when you keep saying, for you females out there, when y'all keep saying alpha because you don't want to say sigma, alpha dudes think you're talking about them. And alpha dudes don't care nothing about your feelings and all this other stuff you're talking about. They're just going to conquer. So you better start making sure that you let it be known what type of leader that you're really being specific. I've seen some women say sigma. I've seen some Filipino women say sigma. You know, they got the balls enough to say it. Not balls, but they got clit enough to say it. But a lot of women, they just don't want to say it. Say it. You know you want to. Say it. We're not going to respect anything else. Any other name you can, we're not going to respect it. Sigma or no go.
Jerking off in sleep? Jerking off is very rarely the best move on the board. It's very rare that you look at the chessboard and go, the best thing I can do right now is jerk off. That's all you fuckers seem to do for some reason. You wonder why you don't get anywhere. Think about it. The world is about winners and losers, and everyone is competing against each other. You are competing against me. I'm competing against you. You're competing against your friends.
Absolutely,
and you're competing against your
brother.
enemies. You want $1, so does everyone else. You want that hot girl, so does everyone else. You want that house, so does everyone else. What's amazing is the things you want, the main reason you want them is because other people want them. So you can show off that you have it and they don't. It is competition.
I completely think that you are right because it's all about competition. Everybody wants to compete against one another. And it is who's got the bigger house, who's got the nicer car, who's got the prettier wife. What matters is what's inside you, what fills you, what drives you. and how many people's lives that you can brighten up and change.
Jerking off and sleep, jerking off.
Absolutely. You guys got to stop beating your meat, man, and do something else with yourself.
And why did y'all think y'all ate when y'all said, I bet she got 2 baby dads? Because I do. I have 2 baby dads. I have 2 degrees. And a BMW parked outside, since we just stating facts.
So you got 2 degrees but wasn't smart enough to not get a BMW? Girl, the maintenance on that thing is ridiculous. Everybody I know with a BMW is an asshole. You know why? Because they got to deal with the fact that they have to pay for maintenance on their vehicle.
That's what she got out of it. What men got out of it was 2 kids, and then she's trying to, you know, boost her resume by talking about this debt. Because everybody that's had a Mercedes or BMW know, especially BMWs, I think they start leaking or something like that easily. You know, like you're working on that kind of stuff all the time. But even with a Mercedes, the maintenance, man, you're trying to show off. You don't even have money like that, man. Like, whatever. You know, it's not even worth it, man. It's not even worth it. You out here trying to show off for people that do or don't have it like you. And then the people that do have money, they don't care. They don't care. You just know you're a loser because you're a 2-time baby mama. And you got 2 deadbeat baby daddies. Still a loser.
Ask you a serious question.
So women say they want that, and they think that they truly mean it when they say they want that. But in couples therapy, I'll see something like a woman will come in and, you know, she'll say that exact thing to her partner. You know, I really want you to open up. I feel like we're not connecting. I want you to be more vulnerable with me. I want you to tell me what's going on inside. And if he does, and let's say he starts crying, tears up, or really starts crying, she inevitably will have this reaction of, I don't feel safe when he doesn't open up to me because I don't feel connected to him, but I don't feel safe when he's that vulnerable with me either, because there's something, just some cultural programming in her around what it's like to be with a man who's crying or a man who is vulnerable. So women...
I'm telling you, man, I don't care what this BS they're saying online. Watch what women do. They don't want you crying around them.